What's up, boys? We're back with some more Conquest Dark, and today we're going to be going for the Ultimate Arcane Missiles Mage. The passive ability was already in the game, but the new patch added in the Lesser Arcane Missiles primary attack and the Greater Missiles power ability. So we're going to combine all of those to get as many missiles as possible. Also, the new artifact will probably be quite good here as well, so we're going Acolyte. And then I think we may as well just go Stargazer and not unlock any new types of gear or anything. I guess we can check some rerolls for that. Crit damage, rare item seems fine. And then it's actually going to take us a while to find all of the gear we need here. We need a specific, unique, the boots that give you a ton of passive damage. I think those are going to be by far the best in slots. Let's go with some double shot projectile amounts. Ooh, projectile amount and a little bit of resistance, not bad. And then we're going to need to get arcane missiles on every other piece of gear available in order to maximize the damage we do with the passive ability and the new artifacts. Double shots. And here's our passive arcane missiles that should end up eventually being the highest damage by far, I believe. So that will actually allow us to build the other stuff into more utility focus. So I think we can actually convert one of those into primal damage and add in some stunning. This is the most important one, so I kind of want to plan out what runes we go on that. So we'll definitely add the +2 to that, one of the 100% multipliers at some point. And then I think that's the only stuff we need over here. Those are all fine, damage-wise. Oh, you can get instant attack and projectile amount on there, okay. That would make it pretty easy to max those out. Damage to healthy, not super interesting. There's some good stuff in Sun. We can get a lot of damage in here, crit damage, as well as damage per life loss is pretty good. I think if we want to go maximum damage, we probably take a bunch of primordial stuff then. This one is really good value as you get later into the game and sacrifice some lives for that, plus the crit damage early on. Yeah, I think that's probably the safest play for the main damage ability. Rare items early on is nice. Lunar damage to burning. We would have to convert something to solar, but now that I think about it, I think that actually is fine. We go primal and solar on each of those, and then that allows us to scale with more stats throughout the run. Might even be better to go solar on the main damage ability, because the passive item actually does have that as a stat as well. But I think you might need a very long time for that to actually pay off, like tons of item levels throughout the run. And I don't know that I'm going to be playing one build for that long in all honesty. So probably just keep the main ability on Lunar and really synergize those with that. I'm just gonna go ahead and add that. I think we're fine in the early game anyways. Lunar damage, oh. Power and damage. The damage for life loss is good, the power probably won't do a ton later on. Toss the big crit damage on that. And then I think I like teleport. It gives you long range and a bit of survivability on top of that. The comet thing just has such a long casting animation. Don't really like that on my movement ability. Early XP gain. Although I actually do need to try a movement damage build now that there are some unique items that actually improve that a lot. It's probably terrible, but just something I need to test at some point. Yeah, I don't think we have any gear at all yet. Just saving up the rerolls for the arcane missiles and the unique boots. So I guess bosses will take a bit for now. So I was thinking we would probably go for the dodge thing as the second artifact, just to make it a lot chiller to play, I guess. So I don't think I want any of these. Core passive ability, that's the main one, nice. Although it doesn't do anything yet. Let's go ahead and grab the primordial multiplier there. And then passive ability damage. That's definitely not the unique we want, so take another skip. Am I going to use any of these? I probably will use that, although it's not that good. Do some attack reach here. Primary, refresh dodge charges, that's what I wanted, I think. That might be good, but it just sounds nice having lots of dodge charges. And then last primordial rune for this. This might be better in the long run, but this sounds cool. Do some more freeze-related stuff. And then I'll have to plan out what we want on these. We'll always have one for the conversions on them. And then instant attack projectile amount's pretty good there. Oh, I guess we probably want the chance to stun on the primal conversion one. So maybe greater missiles for that. We can get a lot of energy gain with those two. But I can't do the multiplier of those two and a conversion. Well, let's go ahead and grab the sun conversion here, or solar conversion, so that we can always gain bonus damage to burning enemies. And then we'll take big projectile amount there. Actually, instant attack, that's the only one that can benefit from that, I think. Lunar damage energy cost is fine. Don't really care here. We'll save up some to help me find the gear, since we haven't gotten anything there yet. Power and instant attack, that's not that good, actually, on this build, since we have such weird stats, but whatever. XP soul. I think I actually do want to lose some lives just to pump my damage up a bit. Well, it's already getting kind of hard now. And then I guess we multiply that sun? Or projectile piercing is actually pretty good. Let me just grab the conversion on that first since we're going primal on that. Chain targets. I don't think that works on anything here. We'll skip a bit. Damage to stun should work, but I think I like getting the rare items early on to help us find the unique and legendaries we need. That's going to be one of the most painful parts of the run. Lead stun. I'm not sure how much crit we're getting on gears, so that might actually be a good idea to start pumping that up a bit. Nope. And then I think I want the stun chance on there just to make that as consistent as possible. And then we'll probably take like energy cost reduction as the last one, I think. Damage to healthy. Damage for life loss is very good now that we've sacrificed a bunch of those for power. Nope. Then last one over here, we either multiply or just take something else pretty good. I guess 5 piercing is quite a lot. That would help more against like a boss. That's also one of the main stats I'm going to be leveling on the soul fragments though, since I believe that works on the passive missiles as well. Let's go here and just really improve like the AoE crowd control it can do, I guess. I guess that one's the burning, so AoE burn application, whatever. Let's do more of that for the big damage. Honestly, might be good just to lose a few more lives if I can. Passive is good. I think that's one of the better ones. Damage to healthy's okay. Damage per life lost. teleport, that'll just be the rerolls. And then we need to look for some missiles or the unique boots. That's the block thing, nope. Arcane missiles, helmet slots, looks like decent stats, yep. Attack creature damage. Let's just pump that up a bit. Double shots. We do have that. Sure. I'll do a dodge charge, movement, and proc chance. That would improve the dodge artifact a little bit. Movement ability does no damage. Power chance to freeze, that's okay. Let's do some more of that to hit a lot of enemies. Two good damage things, yep. Damage frozen or stun, let's go here. And then let's toss a rarity up, fish for some more stuff. There we go, the unique boots, massive passive ability damage, and if you level them up a bunch, you can actually get some pretty good solar damage on that as well. Chance to freeze, yep. Double shots, actually that's fine, all damage proc chance. I'll probably get a little bit of that so we actually gain the burn damage now. Chance to freeze. None of those are super helpful. Let's take the reroll for now. Damage to elites or frozen, both work. Crit chance. Maybe rare items? Ooh, attack speed. We actually don't have that stat yet. Or wait, attack speed only does the primary and the power ability, which actually aren't that good here, right? Crit chance. That's really weird that attack speed is actually almost useless to me. It does help apply status effects a decent amount, I guess. Damage to healthy. Attack speed, yeah, let's get that up. Or actually, the double shot was better, oops. I just mentioned that too. Crit damage, instant attack, yep. Burn and rare items, that should be helpful. Oh, remember, we do have that one equipped. Damage per life lost is very good. Energy cost. I'll do some more rare items. Solar and energy cost, that's okay. Crit and damage per life lost is very good. Lunar and Pierce is nice. Damage to injured. Yeah, that's a higher rarity. We'll have a ton of that with the items anyways. Damage to frozen or injured. Proc chance for the dodge thing, don't think those do anything. Then let's toss a rarity up, try and find another arcane missiles. There's a chest. Decent stats other than the barrier recharge, not bad. Not amazing. I think that's probably better since we do have a stunning ability. Barrier double shots, that's not bad. Crit damage. Chance for rare and double shot, not bad. I guess that might eventually be kind of helpful. That is not great. Probably just do Lunar here. Let's look for the last arcane missiles now then. Gloves, some okay sets, why not? Oh, there's one more slot actually. Damage to healthy. Damage for life loss is really good there. Rare items is okay. Then try and find the last arcane missiles for real now. Crit chance, projectile amount, piercing looks pretty good. Also get the nice little set bonus there. And then let's go piercing projectile amount there, I think. Crit chance or that's a higher rarity. Let's do crit chance there. Passive damage. Damage for life loss. Let's get the rare items up. Pierce and rare items looks nice. That's slightly higher rare items. Chance to burn and lunar, that's pretty good actually. Those are not very good. We can toss some rerolls on these now. Piercing is pretty good. We might want to grab that at some point, since I did already lose a lot of those to get the damage up. Damage to elites. Pretty bad, actually. Damage for life lost. Let's go crit damage. Attack reach, damage to frozen, that works. Attack reach, damage to healthy, yup. Crit chance, pierce. Attack speed. Reroll. Damage to elites is decent. Attack reach, damage to frozen's pretty good. Crit chance, projectile amount. I'll do one more of these just in case. Passive damage with a bonus. That probably does nothing. Those are pretty bad. Power and injured. The injured's fine. Greater Arcane actually is doing a bit of my damage still. Passive. Actually, it kind of wastes a bit on the solar there. That is 2 useful stats. Damage to frozen or dodge. Might be useful to have a second of those to go with the artifacts. Ooh, projectile split chance. Crits. Could use a little bit of that for the one primal ability. That's almost maxed out, so I'll just grab some attack speed. Damage reduce and primal, that's fine. Projectile amounts. Chance to freeze. Yeah, that's fine. Another dodge. Ooh, projectile splits. Ooh, 2 useful stats though. Movement charges. What is my... Actually, I'd probably just rather have the damage to elites anyways. Freeze or double damage stats. Passive. Pierce. Barrier projectile amount, it's not bad, sure. Lunar damage. Block and burn, that's okay. Yeah. Oh wait, damage per life lost. Yeah, that's what I want. Double shot's nice. Those are both kind of useless, so I guess so. Projectile amounts. I guess we can use some of these. We waste a bit on solar there. I'm fine doing that, I think. The resistance piercing up for bosses. Ability projectile splits. More projectile splits. Attack speed, spawn a healing soul. I guess so. Barrier double shot, that's pretty good. XP and freeze, not bad. I think attack and barrier amount's fine. Resistance piercing projectile's pretty nice here. Damage per life loss. Damage to stuns. That's not bad, sure. XP and movements. That would be pretty helpful. Crits and instant attack. Not bad. Passive and barrier recharge, that's pretty good. Power is not great, so mainly just the burn. We can do better. No, we can't. Maybe we can. Attack reach projectile amounts. Ability and stun. Double shots. Movement and attack per life loss. Yeah, that'll probably bring me pretty close to the max on that, right? No, we're not even halfway there, huh? Passive. We need one more to max it out. projectile amounts. I guess I don't mind getting a bit more movements. We've been kind of tight on time for a lot of the run, and I do like grabbing as many chests as possible. Damage, target amount doesn't do anything. I guess it's fine. I think 2 arcane missiles at random enemies, so it would just be projectile count, I believe. Damage to injured piercing. XP, yup. Attack reach damage to healthy is not bad. Solar damage to elites. Healing staggered, that's pretty bad. That's not bad. Primal and dodge charges, a lot of survivability on that one. Passive. Damage taken reduced. Or is damage to stunned? I guess that's fine. Since we did build into the stun, let's do 2 stats there. Ability's okay. That's fine, actually. Healing soul isn't great. Toss some rerolls. Crit and splits. Passive is okay. I think I'd rather have double shots. Ability and burning, that's pretty good. Two useful things there, that kind of wastes a bit. We probably have enough of that. I can take ability damage here. Oops. I don't know, I'm just so tired of all the insane number of level up choices you have to take here. Instant attack with a little bonus. Resistance and attack speed, that's fine. Wastes a little bit, that's fine. Damage for life lost. Instant attack. Two okay things there. I think the attack speed is... Nope, not slightly over half. Okay, that's fine then. What was it? The movement speed, I think that was maxed. Yeah, 500%. Let's take some double shot there. Damage to burning is fine. Ooh, projectile split. That is fine. Barrier mount, projectile counts. Crit and dodge is not bad. Let's try and find two pretty good stats at least. Barrier, projectile's okay. I'm fine with that. And another one. I think burning's better. Double shots? Yup. stun for the converted skill. And the damage bonus versus stuns, that's not great. Damage frozen's fine, I think. More stun or damage to them. We do have the rune that improves the chance at least. Damage to elites, yep. Attack speed, energy on block. Don't think so. Damage to stuns. Lunar and some recharge. I don't think barrier recharge is super useful. We can just do some of that. Lunar and crit damage. All damage attack speed. Three different things that are okay. Chance to freeze. Damage to stuns. Those are pretty bad. Ability and chance to burn is fine. Double shots. Passive. Not great, but projectile amount's fun. Three things that are at least somewhat useful. Damage to burning helps. The other one, it's whatever. Damage to frozen. Ooh, per life lost. Doesn't really do that much. I'm gonna take some elite damage there. What do we have on that? The stunning stuff? Yeah, I guess more stunning is fine. Oh my god, the missile explosions now. Damage to elites, lunar damage, not bad. XP and stagger, I guess so. Pure lunar damage. Stun and solar resistance, that's okay. I don't know if that does anything. Probably just take the elite damage. Projectile amounts. Passive. Do I want proc transfer dodge? It is super nice, I guess so. Barrier crit damage. Ability damage. Projectile pierce. Double damage. Ability and movement's fine, but instant attack looks cooler. Damage to healthy and junk. Oh, actually we do need one more on that, actually. Yeah, that's fine then. After leveling up so much garbage, you just kind of start becoming selectively blind to the orange parentheses at the end of everything, and just discounting those immediately. It's getting kind of hard to pick stuff up now. Damage for life loss. Passive and some barrier recharge. Double damage. Projectile amounts. Burn chance. Damage to healthy. That does the same thing. Power instant attack. Projectile pierce. Passive double shot, very nice. Chance to freeze or injured. Projectile amounts. Stun and block, that's not bad. Decent survivability. Attack reach projectile amounts. Lunar damage plus barrier recharge, or look for some better stuff. That's probably fine. Lots of piercing, or passive damage. I think that's 1 there and 2 there, so that's not actually that good. Damage to elites. Ability, or 2 kind of useful things there, I guess. Passive chance to freeze. Lunar double shots. It's such a pain taking all of these fragments. Ooh, damage for life lost. Damage to healthy. Attack reach, barrier. Really just chance to burn on that. Damage for life lost. Instant attack, primal. Ooh, damage for life lost. A lot of useless stuff now. Some crit damage. Damage to burning. Damage to stuns. Ability, chance to burn. Damage to healthy. Pierce. Crit damage. Like, I feel like I'm spending more time choosing this stuff here, and I'm trying to go pretty fast on it. There's just so much stuff to choose. Passive. Proc chance. Attack speed. Primal and proc, yeah. Shot, or two kind of useful things. That's junk, that's junk. Ooh, double shots. I guess just max out the projectile count, why not? So we're probably gonna die soon anyways. Damage to elites. I can't see anything, and even if I turned it down to like 1.5 times, I don't think I could anyways. The missile explosions are so ridiculous now. Split chance. My screen is just all blocks now. Damage to frozen. Check the Pierce Primal Res. Chance freeze orb damage to healthy. Barrier damage frozen. I have no idea what's happening. Proc chance. Ooh, split chance. Damage to injured or power. I'll do that. Passive damage to elites, very nice. Energy barrier. Crits barrier. Passive. It is really hard to find something good now. XP, damage to stuns. What is my attack speed at now? 416. I probably should try and pump that up since dodge is the only thing keeping me alive at this point. That's pretty bad. Double shot, solo checked. Ability, transfer. No, I'll do ability damage. Yeah, let's skip the attack speed here. What does one of those do? 20 something, I think? Proc chance, maybe. Energy cost or proc chance? Probably going to lose soon anyways, so we can turn that down a bit. See how it looks as God intended. Damage to burning. Passive. It feels like it's in slow motion now, after playing at that for the entire run. Three useful things. I guess if I had kept greater arcane missiles on lunar damage, it would actually be not that bad. Maybe 30% of my damage, which is kind of surprising considering the passive damage artifact and the unique for it as well. Thought it would be way further apart. Damage for life loss. So I don't think we're gonna have enough damage to kill the next boss if it takes that long now. Ooh, that's a good one. Attack speed, double shot. What is happening? Jesus. Lunar damage. I think a little bit more stats isn't going to make a huge difference on this boss anyways. May as well get it over with now. Every stat that can be capped out basically is. We would just gain maybe 5% damage or something with a little bit of extra farming. Alright, back to 2 times. Passive damage. Chance to freeze. Okay, now we've definitely got to be close to the ends. I can't pick up soul fragments. Block chance, damage, whatever. Primary instance, I guess so. I don't think you can see the soul fragments at the end of the run, so there's that if you want to see that massive list. Injured. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab whatever passive damage there is on there, I guess. How much damage do I have from that? $780%? I somehow seem to be getting stronger, even though they should be outscaling me at this point. There's like no stats I can even raise anymore. Oh, there we go. We actually almost got them without even moving. Only 53% there, huh? 18 was a lot more than I expected for 3 runes, one of them converting to primal, one of them purely for crowd control. Greater Arcane actually could have done some decent damage there. I think as you go longer and longer, that should go smaller and more into the favor of the regular Arcane Missiles though. I'm not sure if that's the best setup for damage. Double shot would definitely be useless at some points, but I feel like crit damage and damage per life loss should be 2 of the better damage runes at least. A lot of the stats just become completely redundant later on as you get a bunch of soul fragments anyways. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.